What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Sometimes we pee on the poo stains in the toilet because we are too lazy to use the scrub. I don't know who complained, but the way I see, we do a fine great work. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us are into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we're gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we're weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl, and we often don't talk about it because people will often straight up tell us we're lying about it if we do. If you compliment my appearance, I will probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. I'm a woman. In college, I complimented this random guy in line for coffee that he smelled really nice. It wasn't a pickup line or anything, I just enjoyed complimenting people. About a year later, we ended up having a class together and I didn't recognize him at all. He came up to me and thanked me again for the compliment I gave him a year ago and said he hasn't forgotten about how nice that was for a stranger to be so upfront and to compliment him. We'll be married 7 years in June. Edit. Thank you for my first medal. I love sharing this story. Keep complimenting people, no matter their gender. You are a spark in a world of dry tinder. After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time, we try to dry the face first, then the sack, but sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. Edit. Uncontaminated. My balls are clean after a shower. Just, wiping the balls, then wiping my face is just kind of, yeah. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I can vouch for this. I was upset with my SO for not picking up what I thought were clear hints. When he responded frustrated with, "I don't understand hints, just tell me what you want, woman." He really helped me communicate better. I don't know why we grow up thinking we can't directly ask for things. These guy secrets seem to fall into 3 areas: male genitalia, toilet habits, and the lack of psychic powers when it comes to women. Got it. You forgot the fact that all men know who killed JFK, but we signed a non-disclosure agreement. There is no amount of hot sex that will stop us from masturbating as soon as we're alone. It's 2 separate releases and you just filled up the spank bank. When the penis is flaccid, we sometimes like to stretch it out or tuck it inside our balls for fun. I'm a girl, and I found out through the years that when guys say something, don't think too much into it. Like, what's the hidden meaning? Don't overthink it. Guys normally say stuff that should be taken at face value. We had a friend in college who would always try to figure out what a guy meant. I mean, this was constant. Every time she started to try and figure out what the subtle meaning was, we would say, "Chrissy, the sky is blue, nothing more." The mental struggle we have to go through to not scratch around our groin in a public setting. It'll take 100% of my willpower to not do it. The itching can drive me insane, yet the euphoria from actually scratching it is so good. I often imagine this must be what it's like scratching a dog's ears. There is a reason why men's pants have deep pockets that are deep enough to reach balls Vegas. Every guy has at one point used their erection to hold up a towel upon exiting the shower with an unwanted erection. Our own butler. If you have a son, don't rush into his room and demand that he get up immediately to do chores or some shit. He definitely has morning wood and would appreciate not needing to hide a boner from his mom. Give him like 5 minutes. Cannot stress this enough. Do you know how awkward it is to have your mom wake you up and tell you to get straight out of bed to do something? Let me deal with my pitched tent before I get out of bed, please. The occasional longer stride to attempt to inconspicuously adjust our balls. We can't move our penis without closing our butthole. You just made men all over the internet clench their ass. That's power you can't buy. If it is hot outside and you see a guy do some wacky dance, they are just unsticking their balls. You fool, you've destroyed us. The witch's kiss when your dick touches the toilet bowl while you're taking a dump. Then there's Poseidon's kiss when the splashback touches your ass. Only weirdos choose to piss in the urinal next to you when there are plenty of open urinals along the wall. Only weirdos choose to piss in the urinal next to you when there are plenty of open urinals along the wall. Whisper piss. When you ask what are we thinking about and we say nothing, we really mean it. Never underestimate a guy's ability to not being thinking about stuff at all times. It took my girlfriend, now wife, years to accept this as truth. It is 100% accurate that I am often literally not thinking about anything. We provide a valuable toilet cleaning service which is underappreciated by peeing off any stains that might happen to be clinging onto the inside of the bowl. Guys like to be complimented too. Nothing makes my day more than having someone compliment me about something random like my shoes. We always pull the zipper away from our crotch before zipping up. My wife, GF at the time, once reached over to zip up my pants, and I had near heart attack from the instant and real fear that she would zip the tip. We learned to pull the zipper away at a fairly young age because we don't enjoy zipper tracks on our gentleman bits. If you have a foreskin and untrimmed pubes, sometimes your dick munches on your pubes, leading to a very uncomfortable situation, needing us to find a restroom or a private corner as fast as possible. Sometimes, for the uncircumcised amongst us, your foreskin will roll up and completely refuse to stay rolled down again. This leads to the driest, most uncomfortable belt-to-cloth scenario that requires an awkward navigation toward the nearest bathroom. In such circumstances, there is no hope of being able to concentrate on any task. The feeling of having a rotary bench sander in your pants tends to occupy 99% of cognitive function. When I was younger, I came up with the genius idea to pull my foreskin back and leave my bellend out in my pants in the hope that it would make me less sensitive, thus lasting longer in bed. I lasted about 30 seconds because it was so uncomfortable before I put my little guy back in his packet. I just had to accept that I'm only going to be able to give my girlfriend a lack of pleasure for 10 seconds. We've had sex with you in our head already. Doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna try to in real life, but it's been considered. Yup, but in fairness, I will have also played out lots of other scenarios with that girl involving shit that will almost certainly never happen. What if I have to rescue her from a bear? I wonder what that would be like. We love just standing with our hand in our pants, fondling our balls for an extended period of time while thinking about nothing. Shit, I was doing that reading this post. Guys have damn near zero ability to hold a grudge if an apology is genuinely offered and accepted. Hell, most guys have a great friend in their lives that started out with some shitty misunderstanding but worked itself out. If anything, girls don't know that we get random boners in class for no reason. If I seem confident, great at talking to you, and having genuine interesting conversations, then I'm not attracted to you. Urinal buffer zone. Always leave one urinal between you and another man peeing. Do not speak at the urinal. Exceptions to the buffer zone. Sporting events and concerts. All of us have tried to, at least once, suck our own dicks. Anyone who claims otherwise is lying. Our dicks have many shapes and sizes, and I'm talking about just one dick. As a grower, not a shower, sometimes my dick kinda sinks inside me if I've placed it in my jeans wrong. Flaccid, chubby to semi-chubby. Your dick can rub your pants the right way and suddenly you have a large erection on stage. In the middle of church, you can't adjust. Guys can communicate in a series of head nods and grunts. X. Guy, waking down the street. Guy 2 nods head downward, maintaining visual contact with Guy 1's face to see his immediate expression. Guy 1 nods head downwards as well. Guy 2 lets out small sigh as he's passing Guy. Here is the breakdown of what just happened. Guy 1 and Guy 2 do not know each other, indicated by the downward head nod. Had they known each other, the nod would be in an upward motion and eye contact would be maintained. Guy 2 was trying to gauge whether Guy 1 was a friend or foe by looking at his immediate facial expression. Had Guy 1 furrowed his brow and not given the corresponding head nod, Guy 2 would know that he was a tango and wouldn't have given Guy 1 a sigh. Guy 1 nodded back. This indicates that he is indeed not an immediate threat and could be interested in Guy 2's next communion. As Guy 2 was passing, he gave Guy 1 a sigh. Now there are many different types of sigh, but is usually interpreted as an indicator of a long day or fatigue or frustration. Now this is a sign of weakness and in a way, a small sign of trust. You wouldn't tell a tango you are weak, and by doing that, that lets Guy 1 know you are not a threat and are probably gonna go get groceries or something lame. Now, depending on Guy 1's mood, he will either mentally empathize with Guy 2's situation or forget about it completely, depending on his next task at hand. If Guy 1 took the sigh to heart, he will scrunch his bottom lip upward and his top lip downward while maintaining a blank expression. This lets Guy 2 know he sends his condolences. Just a small lesson in the universal language of dudes. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and don't miss new videos.